So I'm just going to start with kind of like what smart plans are, because it's not necessarily self-explanatory. If you kind of break it down, it's a smart plan. So basically an automated plan so you build it and then it just sort of automatically happens. So the first thing to do, if you want to use emails in these smart plans, so automated emails that go out to people, you need to come into your settings and make sure that your email address at the bottom is correct, because if they reply to those automated emails, this is the email that they're going to come to. So the bottom one, it's called command email. If you click manage, make sure this is right. And I just ran into a case with one of our agents that hers was written in capitals and it wasn't working. So make sure it's in lowercase. I wouldn't think that would affect it, but it did.
It's giving us the email, right? It's going to say Marianne Real Estate KW or something.
It should be there. There's a drop down. So just make sure you have the right one. They should ideally be all the same like mine are, but sometimes people have multiple email addresses on the go and there's different ones everywhere. Mm-hmm. So just make sure you choose the correct one.
Okay. So we connect, manage, then check, make sure that it's right.
Yeah, make sure, and then just press save at the bottom. So you get 5,000 emails a month for free. If you need more than that, it will cost you money. I do not know off the top of my head how much that is, but I'm not sure that anyone on this call would send more than 5,000 a month. If you feel like that is going to be you, you can reach out to me and we can figure it out.
That's just emails out of command.
Out of command, yeah.
While you're in command. Okay.
So the smart plans.
Should we notify our clients that there is an additional email, or will they recognize it? Because it's going to have our name in it, right?
It will have your name. So it's not going to come from your email, but it will be your name. It looks totally normal.
Okay.
So the smart plan button is this one here. So there's pre-made smart plans for you. I do not love them. They're not editable as of right now. Oh, Grant just said, I saw something like $10 for 5,000 emails. So if you do need to upgrade, it doesn't seem to be overly expensive, but we can dig into it if you're going to be sending more than 5,000 a month. Thanks, Grant. So when you come into smart plans, there is a library here of pre-built smart plans for you. Like I said, I don't love them. They're not editable yet. I'm hoping that they will be. So I've been focusing on using my own smart plans, building them myself, and not using these. So let's just see this 8x8, for example. So it's for a new contact. So first it's going to send a text that says, hey, first name, last name. It's agent first name, last name from team name. If you have a team, would love to grab coffee sometime. Let me know what your schedule looks like in the next few days. So obviously you could not use that right now. You cannot go grab coffee with them, and it's not editable. So I don't suggest using these ones until we can edit them.
Erin, I thought Jill said that we could, like you could delete that and then you could put something new in.
You're supposed to, they keep saying we're going to be able to, but not yet.
Okay.
The only ones that I would suggest using are the neighborhoods. So in your contacts, you can subscribe your contacts to neighborhoods. And these, you can choose either bi-weekly or monthly. And basically it's just going to be emailing them their neighborhood website link, either bi-weekly or monthly, whichever one you choose. That's the only one that I would use. And only if you have neighborhood set up for your contacts, obviously.
So it's not a tag in your contacts, your neighborhood, it's not.
No. So if we go into contacts, let's just briefly go over neighborhoods. just gonna go to Alex's. So you can choose neighborhoods for your clients. So right now I have Alex subscribed to all of these neighborhoods. So if you just click on add neighborhood, I find it much easier to click find on map. Then all of these shapes are different neighborhoods that are built for us. Eventually they say we're going to be able to draw our own neighborhood. Lynette says, what if the neighborhoods still don't come up on the map, not recognizing in the area? If they don't come up on the map, you can't use them for that area right now.
Is there any setup for Cape Breton yet?
Let me see. Once we can draw our own, then it won't matter if they're set up or not. But as of right now, whatever's there is all we can use.
I think there's like a couple in the
There's a-
heart of Sydney, but that's
Yeah,
it.
there was a couple in Cape Breton last I checked. If my thing will move. We're almost there. There's a couple in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they're not there, then unfortunately right now there's nothing we can do about it until we can draw our own.
Okay, so when we go search a neighborhood, we're gonna see if I go, can I search a neighborhood, I put Sydney, and will it pop, if I go by map,
So let me just,
click on all those areas?
yeah, you just click on one of those shapes and it will put that in their neighborhoods. And
Okay.
essentially what the smart plan is going to do is send them an email with this link in a prettier format. So when they click on it, it brings them to this website, which is specified to them with their neighborhoods. And then they can look at the listings and all that in those areas. So like right now, I'm clicked on Hubley. So these are the Hubley listings. I can look at the listings in more detail. Because obviously if you set this up and send them this link, they're not going to continuously click on the link and look at it. So basically you need that either monthly or bi-weekly email them to prompt them to click in it.
Okay, so when you said they get a prettier email, you have to send them that email.
Yeah, so you just have to set up the smart plan so that it automatically goes out to them either monthly or bi-weekly, whichever one you choose. But to build your own smart plans. So the other day, you all should have received a text from me checking in and then asking about the Google Calendar. So I created a smart plan to do that. But I only did one step. So it was just one text and then it was over. So you can do that for emails as well. If you wanted to send a mass email, maybe you want to check in with everyone, just an email asking how they're doing through quarantining, if there's anything you can do to help them, something like that. You can set up a one-step smart plan. So it's just a one email mass message. So these are the ones that I've created. So here's my text that went out to you guys. So you just have to hit create, give it a name. So like if you were doing the touch to see how they're doing, you could just call it COVID-19 check-in or something like that. It's going to open this, so now you just have to build it. So here's the options that you have for steps in the smart plan. So send an email is going to be your most straightforward one. So if you want to send them an email, you enter the subject of the email. So you could say checking in. And now you're just going to type the email. So you can say, hey, and then this F right here is functions. So for it to seem personal, you want it to say, hey, Janice, or hey, Grant. But obviously you can't type in their name or everyone's going to see that. So you just click contact first name. Just checking in. Whatever you want to say. So you can put in your email, your name, I thought. Maybe not. Okay, no,
Erin,
just contact.
Erin, how do you, how do they know who that F stands for?
Because you're going to attach contacts to it, so it's going to take
Oh,
the
later.
first name
Okay.
out of their contact field.
Okay,
Because ideally, this is going to a bunch of people. If
yes,
you're just going to send it to one person, you might as well just write a normal email, right?
Yeah.
So that's all you have to do for an email. To make a call, obviously the system's not going to make a phone call for you. So it's going to create a task telling you who to call. So if you click task, you can give it a name. So checking in, whatever you are doing. Then you can write a description. So maybe you found a script that you wanted to use. You could put the script in there. So when you have the task come up, you can just follow along with the script. You can set delays. So if you're doing an email and then you want another email to go out, you don't want them all to go at the same time. So you can choose to set a delay in between them. So if you choose set a delay, you choose however many days you want the delay to be. So if you are creating a smart plan for like maybe an open house follow-up, you could build it once you gather contact information at your open house, whenever we're allowed to do those again. You could then add them to this campaign, and then obviously you don't want to email them like constantly, or they're not going to like you. So you make sure you're setting those delays. Okay, Grant says, does the text go through Twilio? Yes. So texting goes through Twilio. So Twilio is not free. You do have to create a Twilio account, which is a third-party program. So basically, when you sign up for Twilio, they charge you $20, 20 American dollars. And it kind of works like a MacPass, like you have a tab and then you take from it. And once it gets down to $10, it charges you another $10 to fill it back up. So if you want a local number, it is $1 a month for the local number. And then each text is like half a cent per text or something like that. So you do have to create that. I am going to do a session on Twilio at the end of the month. I'm still playing with it to make sure I understand it fully before I start teaching it to you guys, because it costs money. I don't want you spending money on creating a mess. So I'm doing a Twilio specific one towards the end of the month. If you want to know about it sooner, let me know. It's not for everyone. Not everyone's going to jump on board with it. It is a different phone number too. It cannot come from your phone number. So just keep that in mind.
so you can buy a phone number though.
Yeah. And so you can choose it to be local. So you can have a 902 number so that it's not some spammy looking number that no one's going to answer. But so if it's a contact that already has your phone number, they will end up having 2 contacts for you in their phone. I have a bunch of contacts set up for the birthday plan. Can I create my own plan and just copy that group of people on my birthday plan to another plan? You can create your own. I don't know that you can copy the people. You would just have to add the people again separately. So I'll get to adding people. So you can create a task. So if this is deliver them a listing package or something like that, you would create the task for yourself. Just give it a description so you know what you're supposed to be doing. Again, this is going to pop up in your task. So you want to have your Kelly notifications turned on so you're getting notifications when you have tasks due. You can choose restart. So basically once they get to the bottom of this, once all of these tasks or steps go through, then it puts them back at the beginning. That's not going to apply to every smart plan, because if it's like an open house follow-up, you don't want it to revert back to the beginning and say, thanks for attending my open house, if they didn't attend an open house. So just make sure you're using that where it fits.
How do you turn on the Kelly notifications?
Just in your phone settings under notifications.
Okay.
Scroll down to Kelly and just make sure that they're turned on. So creating a text is the exact same as an email. You just type out the text. You can use the function to put in contact first name. Oh, here's agent first name. Things like that. Obviously, there's no subject because it's a text. So once you create that open house,
You have to put in your signature on that? There's no signature added, right?
no, I mean, you could come to the bottom and say,
Yeah.
something
Okay.
like that. So I can just hit save. And then this little man with a plus is how you add people. So this is where tags are really helpful. If you have a certain group of people that you want to attach to this smart plan, you can search by tags. So like when I sent out that text, I chose KW agent and then just added them all. But yeah, so tags are super important for this. So if you're inputting your contacts that you met at an open house, you could call them like open house 123 Test Street and then check those off and then check everyone that you met there and add them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It's really straightforward. They had these buttons up here turned on and then they turned them off again, so they must not have worked well. But so we are going to be able to create opportunity plans, which will be, so if you create an opportunity, so maybe it's a lead, someone you put into the nurture plan or the nurture phase, then you can put them on an opportunity plan. And so it might be more so less emails to them and more so reminders to yourself to not forget to stay in touch with them. Or you can also create tasks in your opportunities for that purpose too, kind of whichever way you prefer to do it. It's kind of the same thing. Same with listings. So you could create a listing plan. So every time you get a new listing, it reminds you to create a Facebook ad and to make a listing or make a package to leave on their counter, all that kind of stuff. But they did turn all those off, so obviously they're tweaking them again before they relaunch them. So mostly right now it's only people plans, so the automated touches that you build. Any questions? Was super short. There's not much to it.
It's
That
it?
says yes.
Yeah. It'll just take you some time to build them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes to what, Grant? You have a question or it was short? Can we copy and paste our signature to these emails?
Signage. Yeah. Oh, signature.
Oh, what did you mean, signage or signature, Lynette? It says signage, but I read it as signature. I'm gonna assume signature. You could signature template like we use for our emails. I do not believe that you can put pictures in. Let me double check that. Do email. No, there's nowhere for you to put a picture in. So you could copy and paste your email signature if it was text, but not a picture like you have, Lynette. I've seen that on the Facebook group a couple times, people complaining that we can't put pictures in, so I'm sure it will be coming. Okay, Grant, when creating a workflow, can you adjust dates and times each time you apply a new client? I'm not 100% sure. For example, a new buyer to close plan. Each deal has different condition dates. Can you make one smart plan and adjust these dates? Well, it's not really dates. It's like delays. So I'm gonna say I'm not 100% sure because I can't play with it to figure it out. I'm going to say technically no, because the delay will be like if you choose 7 days, that's what the delay will be. But I guess you would just know when that task comes up that it doesn't actually have to be done at that time yet. But I know you can copy the smart plans that you build. So this button here, sorry, my mouse stopped working. This button here, you can make a copy of it. So you could copy, so if you built like a new buyer to close, you could copy it for each buyer and then like adjust the delay times in it. I don't know if that's really that convenient. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure because I can't play with it. It seems like we should be able to, because you're right, it's not always going to be the exact same, but I can't answer for sure.
So it sounds like there's still a lot of playing around with it too, like to figure out what's
Yeah.
gonna work and what's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Erin, those people plans cannot be edited, but you said you added your own? Did you say you added to them?
I just created my own.
So can you just review that just one more time?
Yeah. So Lynette, this answers your question too. So that to create your own, you just press the create button.
Mhm.
Then you have to name it. And this is just the name to keep it straight in your list of plans here. No one sees it. So like open house call. Oh, I already have that one. You can't have two of the same name.
But can you archive something or delete
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, you can delete them.
Did you say you cannot have two of the same
You
name?
can't have two with the same name, no. So I just pressed create here. So now I just have to choose which steps I want to put in and start building it. That's all you have to do to create it. So if you want to send an email, you type out the email in the subject, then a delay, choose it's 8 days, then another email, type out that email.
Erin, it's Susan. Hi.
Hi.
So I'm just curious with what Grant is asking too. Like, so overall, the picture, you know the video they showed at family reunion with the woman at her fridge at 2 a.m. and all these things you can do. Like, obviously, we're not there yet.
No.
So
And that was for the app, Susan, that video.
right. So with this though, I'm coming on doing these sessions because I think it's basic, but then I get confused with what we can do and what we can't do right now.
Mm-hmm.
So like for instance, I've been following Nick Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched any of his videos? And
Some of them, not tons, but.
Because again, I haven't gone too in depth with it, but I know you would know the difference between what we can do in Canada versus what we can't. And I'm just wondering, is there little short videos that we could be watching? I still am having trouble seeing the overall big picture of what I can do versus what I'm going to be able to do.
Well, don't watch any of the promotional videos because that's all going to be what we are going to be able to do. Like the video you're referencing is what it will be, not what it is.
Right.
Any of the training videos where people are actually have like command open and are clicking through, that's what you can do. Okay. On Weebly, under training and then training videos, I'm linking all of Gilles's trainings that he's been doing the last little bit.
Okay, good.
So obviously that's Canadian, although there isn't too many differences between Canadian and American, just mostly like Keller Mortgage, and our listings weren't working and theirs were, but ours seem to be now. as far as I can tell. Again, if you find any listings that are wrong, please send them to me with the MLS number and what is wrong. But
I also see on those videos you have the Survive and Thrive call 2.
yeah,
But Maggie was on call 1. Have they sent out? I've been trying to get.
I haven't got it,
No.
no.
Okay. But I'm trying to figure out what Grant is asking, because like to set up the smart plan for each client, you know, that, you know, you get a deal put together and you want to implement them into a smart plan and say, okay, these are your tasks. Like you have to get your mortgage approval. You got to do that. Like, I'm trying to figure out how we go about doing that as well.
Yeah, you just can't yet.
Okay.
It's not active. What you can do is in opportunities, there are tasks. You can create task lists in opportunities, but they're not going to be sent to your clients saying like, you have to do this by this date, you have to do this by this date. They're tasks for yourself.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that what you meant, Tammy? Yeah, I think so. Okay, I think I answered all these questions. Sorry, I'm just trying to read and catch up. There isn't, Lynette, you say you hit a wall because you're in Canada, but there isn't really anything that's different because we're in Canada. If you want to send me examples, maybe I'm missing something, or maybe you're getting stuck on something that you don't necessarily have to be, but we can take a look. Also, there's lots of opportunities to get stuck, but it's not because we're in Canada. It's just because that's as far as command is right now.
On your last session on Friday, which I missed because I was on the road, sorry, what did you do? What did you cover?
It was just Q&A, and we briefly looked at landing pages and then chatted mostly. Only one person attended with questions.
Okay. All right. That gives us something to work on. Or me, I should speak for myself.
Yeah, Grant, I agree. But yeah, they were released for a second, the other smart plan options, but now they're grayed out again. So there must have been too many problems that they took them away. I'll just point out over here, someone asked about deleting. There's a trash can next to them. So if you ever want to delete them, go ahead. Or the edit button, or copy, or add people.
Okay, good.
Any questions?
Thanks, Erin.
Welcome.
I guess we can look forward to Glenn's training on Thursday.
Yeah.
Thank you, Erin.
All right, no problem.
Bye. Have a good day.
And me too. Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Bundle up. Get your boots ready. Your shovels ready. Bye-bye.